Hello, everybody. Having internet problems tonight. It's Thursday, June 27th, and I thought I would just put the um, this week's session on a tape and then click it in there as soon as my internet lets me. The title of this session is Getting Out of Your Comfort Zone. I like to look at the journey of the butterfly from the time of the caterpillar into the cocoon and then spreading its wings and flying away. And I think that when the caterpillar is very happy and intent on eating, and getting bigger. And then when it's time, it pulls itself into the cocoon. Well, I believe that sometimes we get busy, trying to make changes in our lives, and we see what we want to be. Like the butterfly wants to be that fly, the cocoon, that caterpillar wants to be that beautiful butterfly flying around, but he can't get there if he doesn't get out of the cocoon. So I'm thinking that a lot of times we get comfortable in the cocoon and we don't want to come out. And this past week, I came to the conclusion Sunday night. I was trying to decide how am I going to reach my goals. And my next goal is to be, uh, my first goal for 6 months was to lose enough weight to the point to where I could walk around and work in my backyard and garden. Well, I did not reach the goal like I intended. I thought that I was going to be walking around and gardening and walking. And I'm not walking that much. It still hurts. It's still very painful for my back. But I am in my garden, and I am gardening, so I did reach my goal. Last year, I could not bend to do anything. This year, I'm able to walk some. I'm able to walk to the chair that is there's this little, I call it my tractor, and I sit on that thing and I do my gardening. And then it's got wheels so I can push myself to the next spot, or I get up and I can either use the walker or I have my daughter's electric wheelchair, which I call the big tractor because I have my big wagon behind that. And what I do is I'll go from station to station, sometimes in the wheelchair, depending on how my back's feeling. Um, and I will go it in that way. But I'm going, and I'm really thankful that I was able to meet my goal. So my next goal is to be walking, and I'm going to make it a simple goal. It's not um, it's not that I expect, to be walking a mile or anything like that. What I would like to see me do is I would like to see me be able to walk to my car, get in my car, and then drive to the grocery store by myself, and then get out of my car and walk into the store and get into an electric cart because walking around those stores can be really hard on you. And right now, I'm not really sure that I want to push myself to the point where I say, and you're going to have to walk all the way through the store. No, I'm not there yet. I'm thinking if I can just be able to walk that much and get from point to point, that will be good enough for me. So that's my goal. And so I was sitting there and I'm thinking, how am I going to get to that goal? I mean, really, what do I have to do that I'm not doing now? Because I really think that I should be doing something to push myself to walk more. And so I started thinking, you're going to have to start walking, Kathleen. You're going to have to start pushing yourself beyond your comfort zone. And what has happened to me is I got comfortable in my chair. It is. I'm comfortable in it. I'm comfortable in this big old chair right here. I'm comfortable in the only place I allow myself to use the wheelchair is in the kitchen. And that's because there's a lot of standing and it's hard on my back. So I'll let myself use the wheelchair in the kitchen, but nowhere else. Um, so what I do is I usually go, hanging on walls, trying to get to the kitchen, so I can sit in that chair. Or I walk to the dining room, which is right next to my daughter's room, and I'll sit in a chair and I'll talk to her. And then I'll get up and I'll go into the living room, or I'll get up and I'll go sit on the bicycle, and then I'll do what I need to do. Um, you know, like that. But I really am not pushing myself, and I've gotten quite lazy. Um, it, I once I sit down, I don't like getting up. Like if I want to open the door, it wouldn't take much for me to open the door and let my dogs out. But what I do is I call my husband and say, "Would you put the dogs out? They need to go out." Well, would it be so hard for me to get up, go to the door, open it up, let my dogs out, and then go sit on the deck while they're doing their business? No, it wouldn't. But I've gotten lazy. I've gotten comfortable. I have gotten very comfortable in my chair. Simple things like going over to the wall and turning the light switch on. It's only about 15 feet. It's a lot easier for me to yell, "Bill, coming in, turn my light on." It's easy. I've gotten lazy. I've gotten comfortable in my chair. There are other things that I could just get up, turn the air conditioner on because I have a window unit in my bedroom because this is an addition to the house. And I could just get up and go turn that thing on by myself. I can do that. But I am too lazy. I have gotten too comfortable in my chair. Now, this is my situation. I don't know if you can apply it to your life. I'm hoping you can. I'm hoping that I'm not the only person who's having this problem. But I would like to encourage you to to assess your situation and to find out if what your goals are and what you want to do and then figure out what you need to do to get out of your box of comfort to try and push yourself to do what you want to do in order to reach your goals. If you want to run a mile, if you want to run a 5K like Mr. Bob Baker's doing, and some other people on the page, and it's your dream, you really want to do it, you're going to have to work at that goal. You're going to have to practice and train like our girl Sharon Sonman does, who is a duathlon. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Duathlon. Um, she's a champion. She's won titles in New Zealand. She trains every day. She works at it, and that's what you have to do. And you have to get out of your comfort zone to carry it out. So this is where I am trying to figure out what I need to do to get out of my comfort zone. So to begin with, um, the the I'm gonna upload some slides for you. And the first one says getting out of your comfort zone. I mean, and it shows somebody who has fenced themselves in, and they say, "I need to get out of my comfort zone." Before you can do what needs to be done, you got to get out of there. So, what keeps us in the cocoon, in the fenced in area, in the box, in the comfort zone? What is it? I can tell you the biggest thing that keeps me in there, besides laziness, and that is fear. One of the biggest tools and weapons that is used against us and the success and prosperity that we want to find in reaching our goals is fear. My fear is that I'm going to fall down. My fear is that I'm going to get halfway there and then I'm going to poop out and then I'm going to be so exhausted that I'm going to fall and then I'm afraid that something's going to happen and I won't be able to make it. Um, I have other fears too. Um, but there are fears in me that are keeping me from getting up and pushing myself to walk, getting up and getting out of my cocoon, getting up and getting out of my corral that I have built around me to keep myself comfortable. Stop being afraid of what could go wrong and think of what could go right. I could get strong enough to start walking more. That walk to the front door and back 3 times a day could turn into me getting up and walking out the door, walking down the block, and doing a block. That walking the block could turn into me doing 2 blocks, and then maybe 3. The stronger I get, the more I use my muscles, the more I am intent to do the thing that I want to do. That's when it will happen. Another thing that keeps me from reaching my goal is failure to act, which is what I just said. I don't want to do, I don't feel like it. Not today. Oh, my back hurts. Well, I'll give you the story. My, I started this on Monday. I started walking every day from my door through my house, from the door through the dining room, through the kitchen, into the living room, to the front door, and back to my bedroom door. Then I'll huff and puff and do it again. I do this 3 times, and it is hard. But I purposed in my heart to do this. If I don't do anything else, this is what I want to do 3 times a day. And by the time I finish that, my legs are hurting so bad I can't get on the bike and ride, which is what I've been doing for 45 minutes a day. But once I finish that, I'm too pooped. I can't get on the bike to ride. So I have to rest. Then in the noontime, I'm gonna punch on the bag, but I'm gonna stand up and punch on the bag. I see I'm pushing myself to do things with my legs to get out of that chair. I'm challenging myself to do more with my legs. Then in the evening, I'm gonna do 15 minutes punching the bag. And I'm going to try and stand as much as I can and only take breaks. Before I was doing 15 minutes punching the bag in the chair, and I would stand up for 2 minutes. Now I'm gonna do um, standing punching the bag and only sit down for 2 minutes. We'll see how that goes. Um, then in the evening, I'm going to get my husband to help me walk to the gate from the back door all the way to the back of the yard. I'm going to walk the perimeter of the yard. And these yards over here in Blacklick are 3/4 of an acre. I'm not going to go to the front yard, I'm just going to do the back. So, I got a good little distance to go if I'm going to be walking the perimeter. And I'm going to do that 3 times. Um, but I started this on Monday, and I want you to know that my back hurt so bad on yesterday. It was hard for me to do anything, and I was feeling pretty sick because I had to take a pain pill. But anyway, that's my plan this week. And I had a setback yesterday because of the pain, but I'm working on it. Dreams are made lying down. or maybe sitting down. We have to get up and move to apply ourselves to make them happen. Stop thinking about it and just get out there and do it. It's not a daydream if you decide to make it your life. Now, you have to take a leap of faith. Think about the caterpillar. Climbs in the cocoon. All of a sudden, he has a transformation. He's no longer a big, fat, crawling thing. He can't crawl anymore. He has to spread his wings and fly. Now, imagine how confusing that is for him to suddenly have these big things on him and not know what to do with them. He has to take a leap of faith to get where he needs to be, and that is into the sky. And I'm here to tell you that sitting around thinking about your problems and your inconsistencies and your failures is not going to get you anywhere, honey. So stop hoping for answers that ain't going to cut it. Stop hoping for people to come and do things for you and then wondering, why ain't I getting no better? You have to learn to fly. And if you don't have wings, find another way. The solution for most of your problems is outside of your comfort zone. All new things are strange. The beginning of success and making things happen begins with our ability to step out and allow ourselves to experience new things. Remember the first time you shaved your legs? Remember the first time you shaved your face? Guys, oh Lord Jesus, I had so many nicks and cuts on me. It was unbearable. I was bleeding so much, I thought I was going to have to call 911 because thought I was going to bleed to death. It was new, and I wasn't really used to it. And that's what happens when you step out of your comfort zone. You know you don't want to have hairy legs, and you know you're going to have to do something about them. So when you first shave your legs, it may be a mess. But sooner or later, it's going to get better. Positive thinking leads to positive action. Stop waiting for the rainbow in the sky, the special bus to come along and take you where you need to go, the sign from the heavens. The one who is going to make it happen is, who is it? You. You are the master of your destiny. You are going to make it happen. Make a plan. Be clear about what you want. Take steps to make it happen. Get help if you need it. Push through the pain, honey. Oh, God, am I having to push through the pain? But I promise you, the pain that we feel today will lessen and get easier. That's what they tell me. Quick. When I was, I don't know, about 10, 15 years ago, my knees were so bad from the arthritis. This is my knee. They were bent like this, and my leg was so heavy I had to drag it. They sent me to physical therapy, and they wanted me to get to a 90-degree angle in 6 weeks. I went home. I had to do these exercises 3 times a day. I was determined to get my leg the way it needed to be. I got and did my exercises not 3 times a day, but 6 and 7 times a day. And in 2 weeks, I was at 93%, which was far greater than they expected me to do in 6 weeks. So I know how the body works. And I know if you push through the pain, you'll get what you're needing to get. Make tiny goals. Don't give yourself too much to do. Enjoy your success. Don't stop. Once you get there, once you have a success, don't say, oh, thank God that's over. I don't have to do this no more. You got to keep pushing. You got to keep going. Encourage yourself every day and make it happen. It ain't coming to your gift wrap. You got to get out there and make it happen. And when you do, you're going to be able to shout it from the rooftops and say, I did it. I got out of my comfort zone and I did what I needed to do. And right now I am living inside of my goals.